There's a vacuum line here. It runs down to the wastegate. It just pulls off. You can just hit that guy up out of the way. I'm taking off exhaust here from the turbo. There's 3 studs. 1, 2, and then there's one down here on the bottom. And I had to use heat. I gotta get this one off down here yet. I haven't gotten that far, but I'm using heat to get them loose. So I don't want to break them off. That's where we're at so far. Okay, I'm back underneath here to get that last stud or nut off the turbo there. And gotta take the shroud off to get to it a little easier. It's a 17 millimeter. Take these 2 nuts out, or these 2 bolts out of here. Shrouds out, and then just put your bolts back in so you don't lose them. I'm putting them in all the way. You don't have to, but I'm going to. So I need all the room I can get. I need to be hanging my hands up on stuff, I reckon. Okay, and there's the last one. I put some heat on her. The last nut's off. I'm just going to take this flat screwdriver here and pry the exhaust away, and it's off. There's your gasket. Exhaust is free. I'm going to zip tie that over so it's out of my way. Well, I can do that from above. I'm going to do that now. All that's left here is the oil drain. The oil return line here. It's got 2 Allen wrench heads on it, but this guy here comes out the bottom of the turbo. And after that's out, I think we'll be pulling all the exhaust. Oh no, wait a second, there's, it's like a 17 millimeter bolt here holding it to the block too. I'll take off, okay. Either way, then we'll be taking off exhaust manifold bolts. There's 8 of them. So I'm gonna see if I can get this drain loose on here. Okay, so you can't really get any wrenches up there, or not wrenches, Allen wrenches up there to get those oil drain line screws out. So I took the nut off here on the block instead. So now I just got the other nut that's above it. Take off, and then I'll be just taking the manifold bolts out. And we're on to the manifold here. This exhaust shield's got to come off. It's just 2 12 millimeter nuts that hold it. Otherwise you won't be able to access the 2 nuts on the bottom here that hold the manifold on. The other side doesn't have them, so it's accessible. So far they're coming apart on the top here pretty good. The bottom, I'm gonna heat them anyways, just because I just worry about breaking stuff off. This ain't my car, and you know how it goes. Show you as I get farther along here. Throw off the studs. The manifold is loose. That was the gasket that just fell. We're gonna pull this guy out of here. There it is. It's proof alone right there that you don't have to take this out of the bottom of the car. Piece of cake. Right out the top. Very simple. And now it'll be on to the install. Alright everybody, I'm going to start installing this guy now. Look at that, it's already on. I'm going to put a couple of nuts on the studs here real quick. But there it is. Don't she look pretty? Well, I'm going to continue fastening all the nuts down on the studs. I don't know how well you can see it. It's dark in here, I know, but I got the oil return line back on, and I'm going to start putting the exhaust on. I got the gasket back on there. It only goes one way. I just need to snip my zip ties here, slide it back on, put the nuts on the studs. I'll be putting the intercooler line on, which runs from here to right here to the intercooler. Exhaust is all back on. I'm going to put the intercooler pipe on now. This guy here. Had to wait till today, Saturday now. Had to get this oil line that goes from the turbo up here. It's the feed line. It goes in here by the oil filter housing. Had to feed that around. So yesterday I broke it. Today she's fixed. Wouldn't come off. Rust got the best of it, but I'm going to stick the intake on this car now, on this motor here, and get the rest of the stuff put back together. Hopefully be running in probably, I don't know, probably less than an hour. Got 2 bolts on here holding the gasket on for now. Alright, intake's on here. Got all 6 of the bolts in it. You ain't gonna see them, but they're in there. Under all the tubing. Buddy, just got her button back up here, and I gotta pull the oil filter out and fill her up with oil. So I'm gonna do now. As soon as I get done with this here, I will do a start of it for y'all. Later. Here's a moment of truth. Runs.